everyone, this is Risa. I knew about New Carnival since its launch because I was in the Dramatical Murder circles and there was a lot of fandom overlap. I didn't actually start playing it until 2023, however, because I heard the gameplay was super difficult. And now, having played it for over 1,000 days, yeah, I got the 1,000-day event, I can confirm the actual gameplay is difficult. Luckily, there are 2 channels that I subscribe to for regular guides and info, and I basically learned everything from Zerophos and Rautoy? Rautoy? Don't know how to pronounce it. So, and I also have to confess, I've been free to play since I started, and I still am. And you might be wondering, how have I done that? So here is my little mini guide on how to play New Carnival as a free to play, as well as some benefits if you play long enough to reach endgame. During events, when you're trying to farm for the reward ladder, you can calculate how many, the details, which stage you're on, how many points and stuff like that you have, and your bonus. It'll show you eventually how many gems that you need to burn to be able to clear the reward ladder. So, when you first playing, you will get Aster, SR Aster, SR Morve, and too many units. R Yakumo for free. Aster is going to be your first striker, Morve is going to be your first guardian, and R Yakumo is going to be your first healer. you'll be able to claim a bunch of free contracts if you clear all the tutorial steps, and you'll also get a guaranteed SSR in the first 20 pulls. I'm going to quickly cover the units you want to get ASAP to make your life easier. So option A, if you want to focus on the best units for clearing early game, prioritize getting SR Yakumo, this red one, R or SR Olivine. He is going to be your first support, or your support that will be most useful for early game and leveling up. R or SR Quincy, he will be your first nuker striker. And, or basically all the main storyline chapters 1 through 16, you'll be able to get through with those guys' units. You can clear the main story with SR units. And you can get them from the Friendship banner, an event banner, or a contract Blue Gem Rerun banner. Never pull on this banner, the regular clan member banner, or the Red Gem Rerun banner. Doesn't have an example of it right now. But yeah, basically, don't pull on those two. If you can't get the other important units that I mentioned in your first 20 pulls, just start a new account because it will be so painful if you don't get them until like the end of your game. Option B, if you want to focus on getting your favorite guy's current event SSR, go to their event banner or their contract Blue Gem Rerun banner if that's going on, and see if you can get him in the first 20 pulls. If you can't, start a new account. Same thing if you want to focus on your favorite guy's OG SSR. So again, pulling on this banner, the event banner, or a contract Blue Gem Rerun banner. So not the red one, which is not here currently. You'll get a SSR in the first 20 pulls. Try to go for that instead. However, people don't recommend pulling on this banner because it's not worth it. If you have the patience, you'll get all of those at OG SSRs in the event banners anyways. This one has no pity. The rerun banners, they do have pity, and depending on which type of event, so there's a couple different events, some that are like 3 units, 2 units, 2 SSRs, and 1 event SR, could vary. And so you'll hit different pities for whichever type of banner, whereas this one does not. You don't get any pity at all. So, and then along with that, what I don't recommend is what I did. I pulled on the regular clan member banner, which again, you should never do unless it's the anniversary free pulls. Then you can claim some pulls in the regular clan member banner. And I also just leveled up whatever characters I liked without looking up any guides. I didn't get SR Yakumo, SR Olivine, or SR Quincy until the very end, and I didn't use any supports until nearly chapter 11, aka Ray's boss fight. And if you don't have any supports or healers in Ray's boss fight, that was so difficult. I did eventually raise up extra healers and supports, but still. I didn't do it until then. And yeah, honestly, I don't know how I made it that far without a support or SR Yakumo. And if you want to go that route and just wing it, it is possible. I did eventually make it to endgame, and now I have a super easy time clearing most stages. But that won't be the easy route compared to getting the SR units that can get you through the game first. Now that you know as a free-to-play to focus on leveling up R or SR Olivine, R or SR Yakumo, or well, not R or SR Yakumo, you will need both of them. SR Aster, where are you? Aster, where are you? There you are. SR Aster, SR Morve, and where's SR Quincy? Okay, and SR Quincy to clear to endgame, and by endgame I mean reach chapter 16. How do you get the stuff to level them up? The main thing you need, outside of, actually in-game stuff, is the patience for grinding, a lot of it. It took me 3 months to get to endgame because I went the stupid route. The not a smart route, how should I say it? And to be honest, to this day, I am still missing Blade's OGSSR. So yeah, I've been playing for over 1,000 days and I still don't have all the clan members, but I eventually did get almost all of them. Everyone except for Blade. Yeah, I still don't have Blade's OG. So that's kind of sad. But eventually, I think I'll get him eventually. But yeah, so if you have the patience and willing to wait that long, good. Alright, so now you have the patience, now you have the units you need to focus on. So, first up, clear your dailies by logging in multiple times a day to maximize your stamina usage. Actually, I'm just going to go through and show my dailies how I typically do them currently today. So, first up, usually I go to my explorations and update my explorations if they're already cleared. Currently, right now, they're not. And at the moment, in early game, you'll want to have all 3 of your explorations filled in. But right now, I'm at the point where I have so many materials, I don't need to have all 3 of them filled in. But yeah, so I go and update my explorations first. And then, say, like, the first day after a reset, I go in and... So here's what I meant by stamina. Like, the amount of, like, stamina energy required to complete battles. So there, the little arrow is how much stamina is required to complete this battle. And so I'm gonna now do 2 rounds of them, right? Alright, cool. I completed them, but now it's red, and that's because I don't have enough. What I can do to refill it is either use potions, or use spirit gems, or just wait for the stamina to reset. I think in gacha terms, there's an actual term for this, like, to, like, time out how much times you can just, like, pump through something, and sort of slow you down. I think that's what it's called. But yeah, so, hypothetically, if I was gonna play this multiple times a day, that's how I do it. Most likely, when you're early or beginner, you don't have as many crazy potions as I do. So I can just... Well, actually, I'm not going to do it right now because I need to save some of my stamina for the actual boss fights. But yeah, so I clear through that. Then I go through Intimacy, which I am going to hide my screen right now because that might... And then, if I have any workshops I need to clear, alright, so I'm gonna do this, and actually I'm gonna go back because I'm gonna explain something about workshops. So, and by dailies, it's also including, like, weeklies. Okay, cool. Alright, and then I'm gonna go level up some random guy. Oh, I think I was doing Ray. And for early game, you probably want to be leveling up your units as fast as possible, but because all of my base SR units are already all leveled up, I just slowly level up random units that I don't have leveled up that I'm not really going to use. I'm just doing it to clear the daily. Okay, and then I go clear my friends thing. And then I go here. So here are your dailies, or your deeds, I guess. You will see that you get a lot of cool things from it. So you can, here's the Holy Water for leveling up characters. Here's boost for boosting stamina. Right, get those things. You'll get stuff from, yeah, basically all these things. Okay. And I will go and fix that later. Yeah, so basically, these are the things you want to be doing for dailies. And as you notice, well, okay, you can't see it on mine. Alright, so you can see that I am currently level 60 and my green bar is full all the way, right? That is because the level 60 is the max cap for all your units and your personal level. As you clear your dailies, you do your farming stages, you get through your chapters, and in early game, you won't be able to do the event boss fights yet, and you also won't be able to do the end game boss fights either, so Sorcerer's Trials and Lost Relics. Don't worry about those yet in early game. You'll eventually be able to get there, but just not yet. But yeah, as you're clearing all your other dailies, eventually you'll unlock everything you need to give you the free supplies and materials as soon as possible. And you'll also notice that you're gaining the green bar, the little green bar, and that is you're gaining XP, you're leveling up, and you're also increasing in Sorcerer's Mojo. Oh, there's Sorcerer Mojo. Okay, this is what I meant by Sorcerer Mojo. Because, yeah, as you're gaining XP and leveling up, you'll be able to unlock these things, and these things are things that will give you access to, like, workshops and stuff like that. So, anyway, yeah, and that will also give you more access to unlocking more things, and the things you want to level up and grind most to unlock are Friends, Guild, Events, Workshop, Exploration, and the Shop. Another thing that many free-to-players do is, technically, once you're on a roll, like for me, to do my dailies, I only need like 5 to 10 minutes, and that's because I have enough blue gems to clear the stamina. If you don't have enough blue gems and don't have enough stamina potions, you can just wait for the timer to reset, and do it in like three sections at a time, or 3 times throughout the day. It really does not take that long. So, now how do you level up your characters? There's 4 main ways. Levels, Ascension, Potential, and Intimacy. Hi Kuya, you caused me so much strife. Oh my gosh, you're not closed. Okay. Is it even closed? Okay, yes, okay, even closed. Okay, so, alright, so you will level up cards to increase the base HP and attack using Holy Water, these green things, which you can claim for free by clearing dailies, shop, exploration, and other various reward ladders and puzzles. Ascension is very, very, very important. This will also increase your stats, as you can see, and the other important thing is that it will unlock very important and necessary skills. So it'll do increases to your ults, it'll do unlock passives, all that sort of stuff. And you will get these essence fragments from pulling dupes of units and banners, and sometimes from rerun event reward ladders for the base SR units. So these guys, the couple that I mentioned earlier, the 5 that I mentioned earlier, I think, yeah. You will want to 5-star them eventually. You will want to max them out, and you can get that. These SRs and below, you can get all of them in the Friendship Banner. The Friendship Banner is really goated. And then Potential. So Potential, these will also increase your stats. At tier 6, it'll unlock some kind of passive ability, and at tier 12, it will unlock some kind of immunity. So hopefully you can see it there. And yeah, and you can get these materials from Exploration, Workshop, Reward Ladders, and Shop. And then lastly, Intimacy. So this guy is also very important. There, Bond. So down here, Bond is basically Intimacy, or represents Intimacy. And this feature is going to unlock the H rooms over there, and the Intimacy rooms and the stories and stuff like that. But they will also increase your HP and attack by a huge margin, up to 20%, I think, or 30%. And to unlock Intimacy, you will need gifts, so these things. and intimacy points, which are these things. So it's kind of like stamina points, but these are intimacy points instead. I have a ton because I've been playing for a long time. So chances are you will be using these up immediately to be able to clear the intimacy rooms for your units. You can get these all from Exploration Shop, reward ladders, and yeah, there's a set amount of intimacy points, but you can restock them again with these potions, which you can also get from different reward ladders. Okay. And yeah. And also any dupes, you might have seen it in my screenshot. At first, will turn into memory fragments up here. And I have a lot, because again, I've been playing for a while. Over 1,000 days. And you can use these to ascend any of the units. I did see one person say use these right away to upgrade the 5 units to be able to clear endgame as fast as possible. I didn't do that because I didn't, but if you want to try that, go ahead. You will eventually be able to stock up on them just from pulling. And especially after you have maxed out the ascensions for the low rarity units. Alright, so next up, contracts and polling guide and reroll guide, sort of. Xerophos has made a much better guide and video on both of those topics, so I would recommend watching those. But long story short, I think I explained a little bit about contracts and hard and soft pity earlier, but basically, to pull on a unit that's not the friendship banner, go to the event, and you can pull either by a singular contract or a 10 contract. For free-to-players, it is highly recommended to save up 300 so that you can guarantee hard pity. But if you're feeling confident, you can kind of, budget or be willing to sacrifice it. That's just your loss kind of a deal. Like, if you're willing to take the loss, you can pull in under 300 contacts. I did manage to get Morve and Aster's SSR units in under 100 contracts, and that was my second event ever. So I definitely had not saved up 300 contracts by then. For free-to-players, you are most likely to get 300 contracts after 2 events, and with new Carnival's, event schedule, usually 2 events is enough to get contracts from the reward letters, usually, but not always. People have said that the red gem is better spent here for the daily contract pulls in event banners. I just kind of hoard my red gems and don't really use them, so I'm kind of afraid of using them because I think there's going to be something else that's more worth it. And then, as I mentioned, depending on which event, in this case it's 100 because it's just two SSRs. 100 soft pity. There you go. Yeah, 300 is hard pity. Hard pity is the box. Then 200, usually you got Aiden's outfit. But note that sometimes this can change. So if it's a summer threesome banner, or the anniversary threesome banner, or a banner that has 2 SSRs and a single event SR, it could also differ. As for rerolling, so earlier in the very beginning when I mentioned about if you don't get the base SSR units in the first 20 pulls, and if you don't get your desired SSR in the first 20 pulls, start a new account and try again, that is basically rerolling. So I have several reroll accounts. So basically, if I didn't get the guy that I wanted, I just start a new account. However, if you really do like more characters than a single account is able to pull and you want to remain free to play on all your accounts, what many people do is also have multiple accounts. So not just multiple reroll accounts like I have, but multiple accounts that you are actively playing. Which again is not that much of a time sink because of how fast New Carnival dailies take. Next up, as I mentioned, exploration a couple times. Exploration is, I think in gacha games, there's a thing for like passive earnings or passive supplies. And workshops are so good in New Carnival. You will get so many things. So feel free to take a screenshot of this. This is basically taken from, someone shared on social media at one point. So this is all the drops that you will get from exploration. And as I mentioned, it is many things. It will give you the potions for leveling up. It will give you the potions for stamina or intimacy. It'll give you all the gifts for intimacy, and it will give you all the materials to, do the things. And this is why you also want your low rarity units. So to do the explorations, you want to ideally 22 hours will give you the most amount of supplies, but it is the longest, which is why I wait like 22 hours before doing it. But basically, there are conditions that you'll have to meet, such as bring 2 light allies, or bring a saboteur ally. And basically, you will want your low rarity units because explorations will have a condition such as must have 12 stars. So you will want your R units and N units to have all the stars maxed out. Or it'll say potential must be 24, in which case you will want your potential to be maxed out too on those R units. It will also say level 35 or higher, and that is why all of my low rarity units are at least 35. Some of them are higher because I'm using them for lost relics and stuff. But yeah, so basically for anyone R and N, make them at least potential 4 or max 4 or 6. At least level 35 or higher, and 5-star all of them. Because at this point, now that I have all of them 5-starred, I can just be like, oh, this? Okay, cool. I definitely have that. I can just slap whoever I want there. You will also want to kind of pay attention to what they provide, because you will notice that the N's and R's, they have a additional passive, because here's most of the stats, right? They have an additional passive called basic gift, or rare gift, or buyer's permits, something like that. So holy water. So these guys will give you increases in the requirements for exploration. And then next, workshops. So workshops are also very useful. So in the beginning, what I recommend for most workshop situations is to set gold and then go all the way up. Then eventually you'll be able to stock up to the point where I have a friggin' crazy amount of gold. This will give you money to do that, and I'll explain currencies in a bit. So yeah, so I just set this up and we'll just clear it. But another thing you can use workshops for is for potentials. Exploration will give you a ton of materials for potential, but sometimes there's intermediate or advanced ones that you need to get to the higher levels of potential that exploration won't give you. So that is what these workshops are for. And also you can do keys. These are fancy keys that you will use for unlocking room 2 and room 5 for intimacy rooms. When it comes to keys, I would say use it. Most people will say don't bother using keys, only bother with sending your units to 3 stars to unlock intimacy rooms. But honestly, If you have a unit that you just want the H scenes and you don't care about leveling them up, just use the keys. So if you want the unit just to look at, you know, the story in it, then go ahead, use keys. Next up, these are your friends, and you will want to unlock friends because you can claim the friends point limits, which I showed a bit at first, and what those will be for is for the friendship banner. As mentioned, is free pulls that you can get of basically all the SSRs. So all of them, all the low rarity units, and you will want the Rs and N units as well for exploration. But yeah, basically this gives you free contracts for all the low rarity units. And that is why for free-to-players, this will be easier for you to be able to eventually get all the 5 that I mentioned. Basically, the friendship banner, I have a feeling it might take a while, but if you have the patience to not pull on any of these banners, I think you could reasonably pull only on the friendship banner and not on any other banner and be able to clear endgame. If you have the patience for that. But like, I wanted my guys, so I didn't. Next, you will want Guild as well. So Guild, it will also give you free rewards, and the main thing that Guild is appealing for is that down here at the end of the week, if everyone has cleared all their guild dailies, they'll be able to get a free contract. So that's also pretty good. To find guilds though, you can go on Reddit, you can go on Discord. I would say Reddit and Discord are the 2 places where people are sharing their guilds most. You can technically make your own guild, but the thing is, obviously it's hard to complete it, the dailies, enough to be able to get to the end of the contract by yourself entirely. So highly recommend trying to find if there is a large guild that is active. Okay, next up, Cabin. Cabin is very isolated. If you have seen Twisted Wonderland's Cabin, or if you have seen Noctilucen's Cabin, they are far better cabin experiences. You can have multiple people interact. The one main selling point that New Carnival's Cabin has is something that I can't show on screen. So, and like decorating. So I guess that's basically it. With Cabin, it doesn't really affect your other units, so you can just kind of have it be and just decorate it as a thing. This is not really necessary for gameplay. Alright, and the visual event. So right now there isn't a visual event going on, but the next one, I'm excited. Just to quickly add into what I didn't have footage for in my New Carnival guide, but basically Wild Desires is a thing where basically you do a good chunk of your dailies, like farming stages or whatever, and then it'll give you stuff that you can claim here, and stuff that you can claim here. Then in here, you can clear, use the stuff that you got in there to clear this ladder thing, and it will give you, like, stuff to get, such as something like this. They're the ones that have, this is where the catching minigame is, and yeah, so that will give you stuff, and eventually all the things you collect. Oh, it also has the theater story, which is just like a chat box thing. These, you can unlock them with the things that you get from the chasing game. Not chasing game. This collecting minigame. I don't know exactly what it's called. And then basically, you're going to eventually get the materials to be able to, that I need to be able to pull for him. So, I don't know why it's called visual event when it's really an audio event, but I'm not going to question it. And so that one is a little slightly more relevant than Cabin, but this one is very confusing. It took me a while to understand it, but I think I do understand it now. But basically, do your dailies, everything else, and then go into the visual events and clear whatever ladder for that is to be able to get those things. That is the main bit of my mini guide on how to do New Carnival. Hopefully it wasn't too long. And the great thing is, if you're free to play, and reaching endgame, after like 2 to 3 months, you will most likely have all of your base SSRs, like all of your SSRs, not just the 5 important ones. So say you have reached endgame, right? You have all of the base SSRs and you have got them all to 5 stars. That's an important part. And now it's relatively easy for you to clear things. My tip and trick is for farming stages. I just use a mostly Garu team because Garu's base SSR units are all AoE, so area of effect, I think that's what it's called, and that just wipes all the enemies in one go. Let me show you a very good example of that. Here's, like say, level 59 of Sorcerer Trials. So at endgame, there, okay. So yeah, once you have your base SR default, you can just wipe through this on auto. So yeah, and look, I don't even have a healer because my units are that good. And yes, I do have that blade there just to save things. And at this point, now I have stacked up a shit ton of money and a shit ton of blue gems, and a shit ton of red gems. And I kind of, like, at this point, I have so much stuff stacked. Like, look at all my NPC. Look at how much I have, like, a ridiculous... How many tickets do I have? Okay, I don't have... Oh yeah. Like, these express tickets, I don't really, quote-unquote, fight battle stages anymore. I just use the express tickets because I have, like, a shit ton of them. So if you have the patience to play for this long as a free-to-play, then yeah. When you saw me pulling on Pirate Garu and Blessed Sea Whispered's Kuya, you might have noticed I wasn't pulling for dupes, and that's because I didn't need dupes. I had enough units to do the actual battling that these guys are really only for the intimacy and story now. Once you get to endgame, you're able to do Lost Relics. Lost Relics will also give you rewards. Sorcerer Trials gives you a lot of rewards, like a shit ton of rewards. And of course, whenever New Carnival comes out with a new minigame or new something else, there will always be changes. Kudos to who are the people that made it? Yeah, Hugu, Cuckoo, and Aqua. But yeah, so this is an amazing site, and especially for newbies, I definitely recommend checking this out, this page. Feel free to comment if you have any questions, and I or other players can help answer. And if you're a veteran player, what tips do you have for newbies? Or maybe you learned something new too. Let us know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you found this useful. I also live stream New Carnival events and make a variety of other video topics. So if you like my work, I hope you join me as we explore the vast ocean of fandom. See you next time!